Welcome to the Cozy Noah Vibes. I'm your host, Nina. Thank you for choosing to join us. Before we begin, find a comfortable position and set aside all tasks. Let's enter a state of calm together. First, let's take a deep breath. Inhale slowly. Then exhale gently. Repeat a few times. Deepen and regulate your breath. Now use your senses to feel every part of your body. Notice any tension or discomfort. Simply acknowledge their presence. Don't try to change them. As you continue to breathe deeply, let's gradually release the tension in your body. Starting from the head and moving downward, gently releasing each muscle. Feel the comforting lightness. We also read a small plastic snake and a big toy frog for the chance. Gently embracing you, shift your focus to your thoughts. Don't try to eliminate them. Just let them drift by quietly, like clouds drifting in the sky. You are merely an observer, unaffected by these thoughts. Let's take another deep breath, absorbing the peaceful and serene energy. In this moment, you are safe and tranquil. Anything can wait until tomorrow. Thank you for participating in tonight's scientific relaxation moment. May you have a peaceful night. Now as you drift off to sleep, we also need a small plastic snake and a big toy frog for the chance. Demeter is the goddess who governs the earth and harvests, possessing powerful magic. She can make the earth golden, causing wheat to fill heavy ears, and grapevines to be laden with clusters of glistening grapes. Without the creative power of this goddess, there would be no abundant harvest in the world. Whether it's dense forests, boundless grasslands, or fertile fields, there would be no yield. This goddess is also a gentle and beautiful woman, one of the 6 children of Rhea and the sister and lover of the thunder god Zeus. She bore the beautiful and lovely Persephone with Zeus. She loved her daughter dearly, considering her a pearl and the apple of her eye. Little did she know the twists and turns that would follow the relationship between Hades and Persephone. Persephone, the beautiful daughter, was carefree. She loved to travel and play with the nymphs, especially in the flower-filled Nissa Valley. One day, while Persephone was playing with her companions in the valley, defying with her companions in the valley, she frolicked among the flowers like a light butterfly. Her hands were filled with various fleur-de-surface roses, fragrant violets, pure lilies, and flame-like hyacinths in the beautiful flower bushes. She ran and jumped freely, generously offering laughter and joy to the world without realizing that her father Zeus had arranged her fate. Quietly approaching her, Persephone never imagined that the generous sunlight would fade away from her. The colorful flowers would disappear from her sight, and the beloved fragrances would gradually fade into the river of memory. All these changes occurred because Zeus married her off to his brother, the ruler of the dark underworld, Hades, as the wife of the lord of the underworld. She had to live with him in the dark underground kingdom. When Hades saw Persephone playing in the Nissa Valley, he decided not to wait for the wedding day but to take away the beautiful bride immediately. He requested the Earth Mother, Gaia, to produce a magically beautiful flower, and Gaia gladly agreed. Using her divine power, she caused the valley to bloom with the flower Hades requested. When this flower bloomed, it emitted an intoxicating fragrance that spread through the air and drifted in all directions. When Persephone saw this flower, she felt a sense of joy from the depths of her heart. She couldn't help but grab the flower stem, intending to pluck it from Gaia's body, just as Persephone untouched the flower stem. The earth suddenly cracked open, and Hades, riding a golden chariot pulled by black horses, emerged from the underworld. He grabbed Persephone's hand before she could retract it and swept her onto the chariot. Swiftly returning to the underworld, Persephone was caught off guard by everything that happened. She only had time to shout once before being engulfed by darkness. That miserable cry echoed far and wide, reaching the deepest depths of the sea, and the Olympian mountain forever bathed in light. However, apart from the sun god Helios, No one knew that Hades had abducted Persephone, and no one knew where she had gone. Demeter, upon hearing her daughter's cry, immediately rushed to the Nysa Valley. She searched every corner of the valley but found no trace of her daughter. She then inquired with Persephone's nymph companions, but none of them knew where Persephone had gone. Demeter lost all trace of her only daughter. Filled with sorrow and despair, she felt utterly hopeless. She took off her splendid clothes and put on black garments, shedding tears as she searched the earth for 9 days. She traveled everywhere, asking everyone she met about her daughter's whereabouts, but no one could answer her question. On the 10th day, she found Helios, the sun god, and wept to him, saying, "O radiant Helios, kind Helios, you travel through the lofty sky every day, crossing every corner of the earth and sea. You see everything happening on the ground, and nothing can escape your eyes. If you could show pity to this poor mother and tell me, where is my daughter Persephone? Please tell me where I can find her. I distinctly heard her fearful cry. I know she was abducted by someone. Please tell me who took her. I have searched every corner of the world but have not seen her lovely face." Helios listened and replied, "Great goddess, you are someone I respect deeply. Your misfortune saddens me greatly. I will tell you it was Zeus who married your beloved daughter to his brother, the king of the underworld, Hades. Hades abducted your daughter Persephone. He took her back to the cold underworld kingdom. Dear goddess, please restrain this heavy grief. Your son-in-law is also a great deity, the powerful brother of Zeus who rules the world." Upon hearing this, Demeter fell into deeper sorrow. She hated Zeus for deciding Persephone's marriage without her consent. She abandoned the gods, leaving the Olympian mountain bathed in light, and took on the appearance of a mortal woman, wearing black clothing. She wandered the earth for a long time, weeping bitterly as she walked. Her grief caused all life on the ground to stop growing. The leaves on the trees no longer exuded the vibrant green of life. They turned yellow, awing at the slightest breeze. The trees lost their vitality. Standing bare, the grass dried up and turned yellow, and the flowers withered. There were no juicy fruits in the orchards anymore. Not even heavy grapes on the green vines. Even the once fertile and became desolate and barren. Not a single stalk of wheat could grow. The earth was as frozen as Demeter's heart, devoid of vitality. Famine ravaged every corner of the world, with the cries of hungry children and the agonized moans of the elderly heard everywhere. Death approached humanity gradually. But none of this could move the mother who had lost her daughter. She could not hear the mournful cries and desperate prayers, nor see the sorrowful scenes of the world. Completely immersed in her own grief. Finally, Demeter came to the city of Eleusis. She sat under an olive tree beside a well called the Virgin's Well and the Stone of Sorrow. She sat there motionless, like a statue. Her black clothes hung to the ground. Her head bowed, hairs falling like beads off a broken string onto her chest. She sat alone in sorrow for a long time. The king of Eleusis, Kelios, had several young and beautiful daughters who saw Demeter in sorrow. However, they did not know that the woman in black, weeping by the spring, was the great goddess of Olympus. They were merely curious about the woman who sat by the spring, weeping for so long. So they approached her kindly and asked who she was. Demeter did not reveal her true identity. She told them her name was Docile, born on the island of Crete, unfortunately abducted by bandits. She had just escaped from the bandits and wandered for a long time before coming to Eleusis. Demeter was willing to be their mother's servant and only asked Kelios' daughters to take her home, where she could help their mother raise her children. The girls were moved by Demeter's sad story and agreed to take her home. They led her to the palace, where their mother, Nereia, was delighted to see them return with a new servant. She immediately accepted Demeter as a servant and treated her with great respect and care. Demeter lived in the palace and became a nanny for Nere's newborn son, Demephon. Every night, she secretly fed Demephon with ambrosia and placed him in the hearth to purify him of his mortal nature. During the day, she secretly placed Demephon in the fire to grant him immortality. Metamneria was unaware of what Demeter was doing, but noticed that her son was growing faster and stronger than any other child. One night, Metamneria caught Demeter in the act and screamed in horror. Thinking Demeter was trying to burn her son alive, she pulled Demephon from the fire. Waking him up, Demeter revealed her true identity as the goddess Demeter and scolded Metamneria for interrupting to grant her son immortality. She then left the palace in anger, refusing to return until her daughter Persephone was returned to her. Demeter's departure plunged the world into an even deeper famine. Zeus, seeing the suffering of humanity, ordered Hades to release Persephone and return her to her mother. Hades obeyed Zeus's orders and allowed Persephone to return to the surface world. When Persephone reunited with her mother, Demeter's sorrow turned to joy, and life returned to the earth. The trees regained their leaves, the flowers bloomed again, and the crops flourished. Demeter and Persephone's reunion brought hope and prosperity to the world once more. From then on, the people of Eleusis worshipped Demeter as their goddess, holding festivals and ceremonies in her honor. Demeter taught the people the art of agriculture and bestowed upon them the gift of the harvest, ensuring that they would never again suffer from famine. And so, the story of Demeter, the goddess of the harvest, and her beloved daughter Persephone, the queen of the underworld, became one of the most beloved myths in Greek mythology, reminding us of the importance of family, of and the cycle of life and death. As we conclude our time together, may the serenity of this moment linger with you through the night. You hold the power to create your own dreams, filled with wonder and possibility. We also meet a small plastic sweet and a baked toy frog for the kids. Knowing that tomorrow holds endless opportunities for growth and joy. Until we meet again, sleep well and embrace the beauty of your own imagination. Good night and sweet dreams.